Today's Kingstonist news is brought to you by Kingston Community Credit Union. Say goodbye to bank fees and hello to fee-free banking with KCCU. I'm Sarah Burtch with Kingstonist News, and here are your top headlines today, September 4th, 2025. Kingston City Council is moving forward on a public visioning exercise that aims to redevelop 3 recreational properties: Centre 70, Kingston Memorial Centre, and Portsmouth Olympic Harbour. Councillors voted unanimously to approve a series of staff recommendations at their Tuesday, September 2nd meeting, which could eventually result in the decommissioning of Centre 70, installing a twin ice pad at the Memorial Centre, and expanding Portsmouth Olympic Harbour to operate year-round. Kingston Police conducted a drug trafficking investigation that led to investigators obtaining a search warrant for a residence on Wilson Street. Upon entering the residence, officers found several people, one of whom was in possession of a Glock 19 9mm handgun. Officers seized quantities of fentanyl, methamphetamine, cocaine, a digital scale, and cell phones. An 18-year-old from Toronto and a 19-year-old from Oshawa were both arrested and charged. A flurry of activity outside of the Collins Bay institution caught the attention of passers-by on the evening of Tuesday, September 2nd. Frontenac paramedic ambulances could be seen parked out front of the institution, where multiple people were loaded into ambulances. The CSC confirmed that a fight involving 6 inmates broke out on one of the ranges of the prison, and the inmates were taken to the hospital as a precaution. The Kingston Grand Theatre will renew naming rights for the Davies Lounge and welcome a new name for the box office, in recognition of generous donations from benefactors. The naming rights were approved at the Kingston City Council meeting on Tuesday, September 2nd, after donation commitments by the Davies Charitable Foundation, and community leaders Walter Fenlon and Linda Ann Daly will help support the Kingston Grand Theatre through future seasons. The Kidney Foundation is holding its annual Kidney Walk in communities across Ontario this September. Here in Kingston, the walk will take place at Lake Ontario Park on Sunday, September 28th. Every dollar raised fuels programs and services for those affected by kidney disease. In each of the past 2 years, the Kidney Walk has raised over $1 million per year. The City of Kingston is trying a new approach to support vulnerable members of the community by purchasing single-family homes that can be converted into supportive housing. Kingston City Council endorsed the $3.5 million initiative to acquire homes in neighborhoods across the city that will then be converted to accommodate up to 7 people at each location. The city clarified that supportive housing units will not serve people with high acuity that are typically sheltering in encampments, but will create capacity in the shelter system without adding new shelter locations and beds in the city. For more on these stories and other local news, visit Kingstonist.com. Use my code SarahB2025 for 10% off.